What's good, everybody? I'm your host, King JB. You know how it is. Basically, the point of this video, I actually remade this video for the simple fact that I wanted to touch on something. As you already know, some of y'all on Twitter, I sent Tommy Sotomayor a message a couple days ago telling him that I was going to bust on AfriSynergy for some shit that he said. And I was curious if he was going to ether him or not. Well, today he did release the ether, so I decided to edit this video slightly. I wanted to give him a chance to bust at him first, because what I'm busting at him for isn't just what he said about Tommy. What he said about Tommy, that's between him and Tommy. But what I'm busting at him for is the fact that he's putting that white shit in his title and what he's overall trying to say. I'm going to get to that here in just a second. But I wanted to redo this intro to this video. I kind of want to throw it out there. I'm actually going to probably redo the whole video just to kind of throw in some things, some tidbits that I heard from Tommy's response into this too. So the video's long, but it's definitely worth it. Make sure y'all check it out. And before I get off here, make sure y'all follow me on Twitter at @OfficialKingJB. Definitely peep me out. But I'm going to tell you right now, AfriSynergy, whatever the fuck you want to call him, he deserves every bit of Tommy's ether, and he deserves what he's about to get here today. Just for simply what he put in his title. And of course what he said. We're going to go by piece. Since this cocksucker likes to do analysis and long ass series, I'm gonna give him a taste of his own medicine and do his whole series right now in one video. So let's peep it out. Let's go ahead and get this shit started with this cocksucker shit right now.
Hello, this is T West. Welcome to AfriSynergy, news and information on Africa and the African diaspora. Analysis of Tommy Sotomayor. White people love what he says about black females.
Alright, first and foremost, we see what you just said. Alright, Mr. Africa, do you live in Africa? Just curious. Do you even live in Africa? You know, that's one of the things I get a lot. You know what I'm saying? That I don't really understand. And it actually kind of disgusts me. Are you an American or not? Do you live in this motherfucker or not? You know what I'm saying? You 60 years old on YouTube. Are you in Africa? What makes you the mouthpiece for Africa? Just kind of curious. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one of the biggest hypocrisies I see in the African culture. And I don't mean African Americans. I just mean in general the people that are wearing African garb and so hooked on Africa in general. You know what I'm saying? It's your motherland, blah, 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 blah. And there's nothing racist about what I'm saying right now. It's just the truth. Because I don't see race. I see everybody here as Americans, period. You know what I'm saying? That includes you, that includes Tommy, that includes me, that includes all these motherfuckers in the streets, in the hoods, in the suburbs, everybody. Period. Now, I'm just going to start off with your very first little intro right there. First off, the fact that you're even talking about another man is, I mean, to the level that you do. You know, if you would have made just one video, I would have accepted it and I would have understood it. But like even Tommy said in his shit, you go on and on. You're making a whole series. You're trying to make a name off this motherfucker. You've been around 5 years and ain't got shit. I've got YouTube channels that's been deleted for 5 years that had more shit than you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting the ball rolling again. I'm just now starting. But you know what I'm saying? You can go back to anything. All Hell Nah Radio, MMA Kingdom, MMA Affiliates Radio, and you'll see way more shit than what you're talking. Now, just so happens they always taking my shit down because I'm such an asshole. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into what you just said in your title. White people love what he says about black women. Exactly what makes you think that? I am just kind of curious. What makes you think that white people hate black women as much as you think? Do you see it on a regular? Do you see white people hating black women? Even the racism that exists in America is not directed at black women, and you know that. Tommy Sotomayor said it a million times, and he's very correct. that the racists that's in the government elite, that's in general the racists, their target is black men, not white women. I mean, not black women, and you know that. You know that. So I don't understand why you think someone of my color would be happy about the shit that Tommy's saying. I'm not going to sit here and disagree with him. I'm not going to sit here and agree with him. The point of this is I do believe that all cultures and all types of people have some fucked up people in their community. And we can find them on YouTube all day long. I think he is very efficient, though, in his analysis based on the people he sees. And he is more credited, more qualified to talk about them than I am, even though I dated plenty of them. The point of this is, at the end of the day, he has the right to say this shit. And the fact that you want to then disgrace, I ain't gonna say disgrace, but then you want to blame it on us. And you want to throw white people in there and say, well, the white people are happy about it. First of all, that's fucking stupid as shit. I'm just gonna make it clear, man. It doesn't hold any stock to me whatsoever. I don't hate what he say, I don't love what he say. It's his right to say it. It's a free fucking country. Just like I have the right to say what I'm saying right now. Anyway, let's move on to some more shit.
I'm coming at you because I'm tired. I'm tired of Facebook. I'm tired of YouTube. And I'm tired of Twitter.
Hi, T West. Now, this program is going to have some very foul language in it. Today, this analysis is going to be about Mr. Tommy Sotomayor. For many months, a few brothers have talked to me and have sent me messages that I should check out this brother. And I would take a look at what this brother is saying. Some of the things that he's been saying are quite good. However, most of what he's been saying about black women is very, very troubling. And it appears that this has come to a head. In one of the more recent videos by Mr. Sotomayor, he was troubled. He was troubled because some people, someone, or a number of persons had decided to take it to another level. They had decided to confront or harass some members of his family. Now that is wrong. That is the wrong action to take for what Mr. Sotomayor has been doing and has been saying. Now, of course, he has a right to say what he says, but all the more, still very troubling.
First of all, I will say this. You is a funny looking motherfucker, though. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what tribe are you part of in which you need to dress like that? Just kind of curious. You know, that's number one. And number two, wear a hat. Real shit, wear a hat. But anyway, fuck all that. I care less what you look like. You're an old man. Who the fuck cares? But anyway, at the end of the day, you want to bring up this particular incident and try to make Tommy look bad, all simply because he had some very foul shit happen to his grandmother. As a grandmother's boy myself, I will tell you that that's just one motherfucker that you don't fuck with. And yeah, he has the right to vent on that shit. And yeah, what he was saying, some of it was out of anger, some of it was how he... The bottom line is, you're trying to take one of his worst experiences since doing this YouTube shit and trying to hold that against him because of the way he responded when he was obviously angry. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, that's completely pointless, and it's honestly unfair. You know what I'm saying? You don't take a motherfucker when they're that mad because some bad shit, that bad of shit just happened after they been fucking with him, pulling guns on the damn YouTube and everything. How can you fuck with him? You know what I'm saying? Out of all the things that he has said, this is what you choose to focus on. Right in the beginning of your videos. Is the fact that he's hot about some shit that just happened to him. And now you feel as if you're going to take advantage of that. You're going to build a name off of his sorrow. Let's move on.
So I had an opportunity to listen to a couple of his latest videos. And the more recent one was the one where he was talking about a group who have targeted him through his family members, his grandmother, his mother, and also he mentioned his 7-year-old daughter. So they are, as he said, threatening his family members. Now, oftentimes, the insane or the criminal-minded individuals, they have no qualms and no problem with going after your family members, because oftentimes that is what hurts you the most, is when they bother your loved ones. Again, that is wrong. It is totally unacceptable. But that's only a part of what this analysis is going to be about. This analysis is going to focus directly on some of the things that Mr. Sotomayor has brought upon himself. Some of the terrible words that he is using to slander not just a few group of black women, but all black women. Yes, all black women. And you're going to hear him in his own words say some of that on this program. I like to go right to the source, and then we're going to evaluate and analyze that based upon the source, that is from Mr. Sotomayor himself. Let's get started.
Listen, cocksucker. Listen closely, bitch. You're making it sound as if he deserved this shit because of the things he said. Now let me say, I'm a firm believer that if you open your mouth, you may get popped in the mouth. That kind of shit happens. But I'm also a firm believer of the First Amendment. This motherfucker has the right to say the shit that he says, and anybody that has a problem with it needs to take it up directly with him. As a man, you yourself, Mr. Synergy, should be thinking the same way. I ain't gonna say your fucking name. Because the point of it is, at the end of the day, you was irrelevant before this video. You're gonna be irrelevant after your little series on Tommy Sotomayor. But at the end of the day, I want to say this. You know, your complete dismissal of how horrid this act was with his grandmother, because you don't like what he says, shows the hypocrisy in you. Because let me tell you something. There's some shit that you said in your videos that deserves your little punk ass to get knocked the fuck out. Ain't you the one that said cracker? Didn't you say cracker? I bet you wouldn't say that to my face. And I put that on everything I love. So when I see you, and if you get your punk ass stomped out, I want you to then make a video and say your words caused you that harm. I want you to make a video and be just as dismissive of what happened to you. Now, that's not a threat, because I have no intentions in ever seeing your punk ass. But at the end of the day, that's the hypocrisy that you're flowing out of your mouth. That's how stupid you fucking sound. Is that this man deserves the attack on his family, but yet you could pop off at the mouth and say anything you want? So when Tommy Sotomayor bust you in your fucking head, you ain't gonna say, are you gonna make a video then saying that your words caused it? When you call the wrong white person a cracker and they bust your head wide open, then what? Then what? telling you, old man, you're barking up the wrong motherfucking tree with both your own people and me. And there's probably a lot of people. Watch your mouth. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Since you don't think that words, since you think apparently it's no big deal for them to do this to his grandmother because Tommy deserved it according to you. What do you deserve, bitch? Let's keep going.
Here's the Craigslist ad. Right here. So you know, and I'm doing this so you know the type of people who are out there in the internet, and you know what the internet allows people to do to other people. And you also understand what I mean by when I wish there were more George Zimmermans. I wish that more of you niggas were exterminated. There are too many niggas running around that don't need to exist. There needs to be a black civil war. You got Negroes who have done this because they do not like what I say on YouTube. Do you understand me that they have taken information of an address that they found, which was an address that belongs to my 92-year-old dementia-ridden grandmother, and they keep floating that address out there because they can't find where I am, but they know where I'm at. I'm here in Los Angeles, and everybody knows the address of where I am, and if they wanted to do something to me, they would do it. But instead, you got this bitch, Jeannie Burlesque, who puts out my grandmother's information, runs it out there, gets on the phone, calls my mother's church. Then you got this punk ass nigga Duluth.
Now, on the topic of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, those are social media providers or sites. Mr. Sotomayor has used those social media sites to become well recognized. He's used them to his advantage. And he's used certain groups of people, specifically black females, as a whipping board. He's looked at, he's found the worst of the worst, and oftentimes those are people who are mentally challenged, and he's given that a platform on his program. He's honed right in on that. In the past, we have heard black comedians do things like this, but people will treat it as comedy. But in this case with Mr. Sotomayor, it's not comedy. He's presenting it in such a way that many people see it as the demonization of all black women.
See right now, you're wrong again on so many levels. Number one, he's made it very, very clear that he's not talking about all black women. Number two, you think that's the only people he attacks? I got hella respect for Tommy Sotomayor, but he made a video about Trayvon and Justin Bieber that highly offended me as a white dude. Highly offended me. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm sure I'm going to say some shit that highly offends him at some point. He may be highly offended that I'm making this video about you. But as a man, I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do, and so is he. And he knows that. The point of this is, man, is what you're saying about Tommy even right now is ridiculous. As if he only attacks one set of people. That's not true. And then, to further this, you say it's okay for a black comedian to do it. Listen, dummy. Do you not see that Tommy Sotomayor is a black comedian? God, you're an idiot. He's a fucking comedian. That's what he do. Now you're saying he's saying it in an aggressive way in which it's not saying the same thing as Eddie Murphy or Martin Lawrence or anybody like that. Did you ever think that this bothers him and that, yeah, he's a little bit aggressive with it because he truly feels that way? It's not just to make money, that he truly feels that way and he has the right to? And yes, we can find the bottom feeders in every race. especially on YouTube. Shit, I probably got some shit out there you could probably find and be like, look at this motherfucker. Hell, this video may be one of them. So the point of this is, Mr. Synergy, is that his attacks have been on everyone for their foolishness. He attacks everybody. Do you not see the different shit he says? He's got the beasties. He's got the Madden Kings. He talks about black men a lot and how pussy they are in terms of being men. He talks about black women a lot and how confrontational and raw they are. He talks about white men all the time. He talks about every type of white man. To him, I'm probably a wannabe just because I'm urban. Because I don't think he understands that some of us do actually come from the hood. But that's okay. Tommy straight up, it's cool with me. He has the right to feel that way. He does talk about white women. What does he call them? Snow, whatever the fuck he calls them. I don't think he calls them snow bunnies. He calls them snow something. I know he would call me a snowman. Which is fine. It's all good. He talks about everybody, man. So your whole theory that he only talks about black women is completely fucked up. Your whole comedian theory is completely fucked up because that's exactly what he is a fucking comedian, dummy. Let's keep going.
And you will hear in this program later words from Mr. Sotomayor's own mouth that most black women, he categorized them as most black women, are this way. Very negative. And it's not accurate at all. But this is what he's been peddling. And now because some members of his family have been harassed, and in a way, not in a way, well, in fact, Mr. Sotomayor has been harassing many of these black women. Now, we know that some of these black women are out of control. We know that. But black women are not the only women out of control. I know of lots of white men who are out of control. And there are white women who are out of control.
You're right. You're definitely right. I'm one of them out of control motherfuckers. Always have been. But at the end of the day, like he said, it's in every race. You're gonna find out of control motherfuckers. But he's asked you, and if you've watched his videos, he said it several times. Find him a video of the white chick or the Mexican chick or the Chinese chick doing the same shit. Do you ever see that he's reporting the news? He's not making this shit up. He didn't make them videos up that he shows you. He's getting them from the news. I think your problem is you don't like to see shit like this exposed. You know why? Because, listen, man, I used to take part in a lot of black civil rights, and I still do. People don't like to see shit exposed because it counters. It counters a lot of the shit that we say. Just like when a white dude gets exposed for being a racist on television, it kind of hits me hard in my heart because I'm like, fuck, now they're going to think we all are. And that's what you got to realize. He's just exposing the ones that's out there. And I think what bothers you is you want to paint the picture of all black men and all black women being kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? Just like the KKK wants to promote that all white people are the rulers of the world and that we're the superior race. That's not true either. When you have an agenda and your agenda is to promote one certain race as being superior, yeah, it's going to piss you off when somebody shows you some examples of how you're not. That's just real talk. Maybe you should take off that motherfucking thing that you got on and realize that we are the same type of motherfuckers. White, black, it don't matter. It don't fucking matter. Period. Let's keep moving.
Now, oftentimes, for those who don't have a lots of money, their insanity is more openly seen publicly. And for all the many hundreds of years that we have sojourned in this land, the mainstream media has demonized blacks. Whether you want to call it the liberal media or the conservative media, both have demonized blacks.
The mainstream media, you're right about. Fox News does. But MSNBC does it vice versa. MSNBC wants us to believe that everyone that disagrees with Barack Obama is a racist and dislikes him because he's black. MSNBC wants to tell you that Alex Jones and people like myself that dig into the truth, that dig into the actual conspiracies going on, are terrorists. They've said it. That white patriot groups, white libertarians, are the new Al-Qaeda. Am I right or wrong? So you know what? You don't act like mainstream media only demonizes you. It demonizes a lot of people. A lot of people. It just depends on which channel you're watching. You know that, and I know that. And you want to give people an excuse for acting insane, as you put it, because they're broke. Well, then get a motherfucking job. Get some money. Sell crack. Do something. Get money. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's broke, it's their motherfucking fault. I don't care what anyone says. Anyone that's broke is their fault. If you live in America, there's too many fucking ways to make money. I don't give a shit if you sell your pussy. There's a way to make money. I don't give a fuck if you want to suck dick and you're a dude. There's a market for that. If you're a fat chick with fucked up feet, trust me, there's somebody that'll pay you to let them rub your feet. It's crazy as shit. But that's America. It's capitalism, baby. Get you some. And then, maybe you won't be so insane. But don't sit there and try to blame insanity on being broke. You know what I'm saying? That's their fault. I know I've been broke. Shit, I'm broke right now. I ain't got shit. Broke right now. If I went out and killed a motherfucker and got caught, would you say that about me? He was broke. That made him insane. Nah. You'd probably say I was racist if the dude happened to be black, even if that's the type of community that I'm around. So the only likelihood, chances are, if 9 out of 10 people that I kick it with is black, chances are if I ever kill a motherfucker, it's going to be black. Right or wrong? Use your head, dummy. Let's keep moving.
And later in the program, you will see and hear Mr. Sotomayor castigate the liberals. I don't see much difference between the two. You have one extreme this way and the other extreme the other way.
Just as a side note, dumbass, not everybody that insults the liberals is conservative. You do know there's more than 2 parties, right? You do understand there's libertarians, right? You do understand there's anarchists, right? You do understand that not everybody that bashes liberals is a conservative. A lot of us bash liberals because of what they allow people to do. And if I could sit here and go on for hours about how fucking stupid the Democratic Party is, about how the Democratic Party does nothing but brainwash people into thinking that they need the government to take care of them, instead of teaching them to go out and get it them motherfucking selves. So the truth of this is you want to sit here and make it a political thing because of what he says. What he says is very accurate. And I, for one, am applauding the fact that he's not a black man that feels he has to be liberal just because he's black. He understands liberal doesn't mean black. Conservative doesn't mean white. Period. He's not a liberal, did you ever think, maybe because he's got some money and he doesn't want to give it all away, dumbass? Whereas your broke ass probably needs people to give you shit. Like that shirt that you're wearing right now. Tell me a motherfucker didn't get that to you. You didn't get that shit on 3rd Street. I know. Anyways, let's keep it moving.
But this is what Mr. Sotomayor is couching. This is how he's couching his attacks upon black females. He was born of a black female. He didn't magically somehow turn black after being born of a white woman or another woman. He's a black male. Most of the DNA that is in him comes from the female. Most of that. The seed comes from the father. But the rest of his makeup, most of it, is of his mother. Now, no good mother, no wise mother would tolerate or would find it acceptable for her son to be saying the things that Mr. Sotomayor is saying about most black women.
Oh, hell no. You didn't take it here. First of all, that's a grown-ass 37, 38, 39-year-old man. And now you want to say that his mother shouldn't tolerate it? What are you talking about? That's a grown man. You act like she can ground the motherfucker. What the hell is wrong with you, dude? And, you know, that's like saying that because I'm white and have Italian and Indian in me, I should. Because maybe people in my skin tone dislike blacks, that I should too. That shit, your genetics like that doesn't fucking alter what you like or don't like. You think that just because I'm white, I shouldn't hate the KKK? Is that what you think? You can have some dislike for some of the people in your own race and not have self-hate. You think I hate being white just because I dislike the white racist motherfuckers that's in the KKK? Nah, not at all. I dislike them because I wasn't raised in that atmosphere. I was raised in an urban environment around multicultural people. Therefore, I happen to know and respect those people. You sound like a real dumbass, just so you know. And to bring his mother into it like she can control him is just fucking stupid. You're just as bad as the motherfucker sending people to his house, to his grandmother's house. Leave his family out of it, you dumbass. If you want to analyze Tommy Sotomayor, that's what you need to do. Don't analyze his mama. What the fuck's wrong with you? With a hairline like that trying to talk about genetics. Get the fuck out of here.
But he wants to point the finger at YouTube, at Twitter, and at Facebook. However, I think it's time for Brother Sotomayor to take an internal inspection of himself. Now, I tried to relay that to him on his channel. And when he finally did respond, which I knew he would, he responded. He said, dude. That was his first word to me, dude. And then he went on and said what he had to say, and then he blocked me.
He apparently blocked you because you're fucking a groupie. That you're sitting there constantly trying to tell him about what the fuck he does. Did you ever think about that? And you've proven it since then by making all these goddamn videos. You're obviously a groupie. You obviously want his attention. You said it, you want him to speak your name. You want him to make you relevant. See what I'm saying? You've proven it. Over and over again. And you do throughout this entire video series, and I'm sure I'll be touching on that soon. It's a goddamn shame, though, that you're this mad because he blocked you. Because he doesn't want to be your friend. Get a life. Get some pussy. I'm out of here.
Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter are allowing their users to be stalked, harassed, and murdered. Then you got this motherfucking punk, this, I don't know his name, this Monty Woodgrain, who's been evicted from his house 3 damn times. He puts out my address. He yells out, fuck my daughter and fuck me and all this crap. And these motherfuckers don't know me. I ain't done nothing to them. They watch a...
I expected that eventually, but you can't stop this. And it's coming back at you. And you are being analyzed. And I'm going to dig deep. And I'm going to reflect the mirror of your image in front of you.
Now, the state of Georgia is culpable in this as well. Let me tell you what just happened to me today. But that To The Max person tweeted me and said that, you know, basically Philadelphia is gonna kill me. I paid it no mind. They kept on sending me tweets. And the next tweet said, nigga, I'm for real. North Philly on your head. Then he sent another one, said, your mother will be calling you sometime soon. Sure enough, I got a phone call from my mother within 20 minutes. Within 20 minutes, I got a phone call from my mother crying hysterically. In that phone call, she stated that 5 carfuls of Mexicans pulled up to my grandmother, my 92-year-old grandmother who's suffering from dementia. They pulled up to my grandmother's house. I couldn't understand what she was saying. But all I kept hearing her say through her tears were, you need to stop. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop. It's starting to affect us. You need to stop. And I said, what happened? She said, your cousin Kim was over there and she's calling the police now. She said they're all coming over saying that they saw an ad in Craigslist saying that everything in the house will be let go for free. When you get there, just ask for Tommy Sotomayor.
All right, that was the end of part 1. I'm just going to say it like this. You know, I've given my commentary on what we've seen so far, but I'm going to finish off with this. As you can see, this cocksucker is saying basically that Tommy Sotomayor is the reason and is the cause of this just because you don't like his fucking opinion. Once again, I ask you, AfriSynergy, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, if I, or let's just say other Caucasians, decide to give your family hell because you said the word cracker, would they deserve it? Would they deserve it? The answer is no. And they wouldn't. The only person that deserves any kind of backlash is you. Same thing with Tommy Sotomayor. The only person that deserves backlash for the shit that he says is him. And even he doesn't. If you don't like it, change the motherfucking channel. If you don't like me, change the motherfucking channel. It's the one beautiful thing about YouTube. Do you realize there's 48 hours worth of content uploaded to YouTube every minute? Plenty of shit to watch. Plenty of shit to watch. Anyway, that's the end of part 1. I'm going to go ahead and go all in on all your shit. But I'm going to go ahead and get this edited up real quick and shipped out to you. I'm out of here. King JB Uncensored as usual. Follow me at official King JB. That's it for now. I'm going to give you what you gave Tommy. I'm going to give you the whole 5-part series. And I'm going to analyze your bitch ass. I'm out of here. 1.